airwaves can be opened in the true sense only when ordinary citizens, such as tribal communities, small farmers, women from poorest communities, people with diverse sexuality and gender identifications can access community broadcasting without having to encounter unfriendly bureaucratic hurdles of setting up organizations that are too far gone and too complex to follow. As I conclude, let me share what I think is the way forward for community radios in Nepal. In my mind, the only correct path forward is to launch collectively a fight against the apathy of the state and not to rest until we get a policy that is truly community radio friendly. I differ with those that argue that financial sustainability matters most. Instead, I think social sustainability matters most, and an enabling legislative arrangement can hugely augment it. A strong social bonding with the community can lead to myriad ways of increasing material resources. Secondly, the path forward must also lead towards the transformation of the understanding that community radio and FM are synonyms. There is no doubt that FM is extremely important because there is no other free of cost alternative to it for the listeners. But today, community broadcasting also takes place as internet radio, podcasting, so on and so forth. Therefore, a rapid influx of new technology needs to be ushered into the sector in a manner that is affordable. This will ensure a wider reach, mainly to the diaspora, and a stronger listenership profile. I could have presented a long list, but not only that would transgress the time limit, but all items in that list would point in one direction, an enabling policy. I strongly believe that an enabling community radio broadcasting policy is the first condition for achieving a resilient community radio sector. Nepal has been a beacon of hope for community radio development in South Asia. I'm sure that it will once again demonstrate how best to deal with challenges and adversarial conditions without compromising the core values of community broadcasting. Lastly, I would like to congratulate Akurak once again for this momentous occasion. I'm hopeful that this convention will further advance community radio movement in Nepal. I'm sure that the outcome of this meeting will be received with much interest by the community radio sector outside of Nepal too. I wish you the best for grand success. Thank you very much for your attention.
Progress and development. It has been the voice of the voiceless, amplifying the hopes and aspirations of very ordinary citizens and serving as a platform for dialogue, debate, and at times dissent. It has represented the collective aspirations and dreams of millions of listeners from the metros to the remotest corners of India. We, community radios, through our unique brand of hyper-local, community-centric storytelling, have unbundled the complexities of today to build a story of the future for the millions of people living in the most backward, most marginalized regions, so that they can not only have a better chance to access or accessing information, but also center the agency to be able to understand the changes and then find pathways to a better future. Akurab's vision document of 2030 resonates very well with the philosophy of my organization, seeking modern applications for real transformation, or in short, SMART. We too have a vision to harness the power of community media. In fact, we have now started talking about Community Media Plus. In the next 5 years, we see ourselves as the seed between the fast-changing present and the fast coming on future. We will help the most vulnerable fight hesitancy towards new technologies, strengthen the capacity of community reporters to become early warning beacons for the challenges of tomorrow, and help their communities adapt to the new circumstances by co-creating content. Use creative tools to empower communities, demystify complex themes of climate change, technology, digital rights, and so on and so forth.
These videos are from some of the programs. Okay, let me start by giving you an overview of Django. We are a non-profit organization supported by NHK, commercial broadcasters across Japan. Since our establishment in 1991, our mission has been to promote international exchange, foster mutual understanding, and support the development of broadcasting industries globally. Our core service is the Jalco Program Library, which holds 1,372 Japanese programs translated into 5 languages, including English and Spanish. We provide these programs to TV stations in developing countries free of charge. Over the past 33 years, we have shared our programs with broadcasters in 101 countries. Our library covers 4 categories: educational programs, documentaries, children's shows, and dramas. This year alone, we have introduced 26 new programs. Let me highlight a few. First, let me introduce Endless Wonder, a series of science education programs designed for elementary school children. Through the adventures of wonder monsters, children are taken on a journey to explore the wonders of the world around them. Next one is Baragan Discovers Okinawa, haptic and visual. Okinawa Prefecture, a group of subtropical islands once thriving as the Ryukyu Kingdom, is spotlighted in this program. A broadcaster, Peter Baragan, meets individuals dedicated to healing the scars of the Pacific War and revitalizing Okinawa's cultural heritage. Please watch the video.
What do you need to germinate a seed?
The soil has nutrients, and I thought the seed won't grow without the nutrients.
This is a method to check whether or not soil is required. First, one seed is planted in soil. Then, another with no soil.
Oh, so you're comparing with soil and without soil.
Water it and let it grow in the same place.
The same place? Wow! Both have sprouted!
What can we learn from this experiment?
The seeds germinated with or without soil.
Okinawa is a group of subtropical islands in the far south of Japan. Over the years, Okinawa's circumstances gave rise to a unique culture. Its architecture, dancing, and handicrafts reflect a combination of Okinawan aesthetics and outside influences. In 1945, Okinawa was the setting for brutal conflict with the US military. Around 200,000 people died. Many features of everyday life and culture were destroyed. But in the following years, while under US control, Okinawa began to recover. And after nearly 3 decades, the territory returned to Japan.
JAMCO offers a broad range of programs that provide valuable educational insights into Japanese history, culture, and daily life. We are confident that our content will resonate with your viewers. We hope that by introducing JAMCO's programs to Nepali audience, we can further enrich people-to-people exchanges between Nepal and Japan. We would be delighted if you could incorporate JAMCO's educational programs into remote learning initiatives in Nepal. For those interested in more details, please feel free to reach out. You can also take a photo of the screen for your future reference. Before I conclude, I'd like to make a final suggestion. While JAMCO primarily focuses on television content, there may be a growing demand for radio programs in Nepal. If this is the case, it could be worthwhile for JAMCO to consider developing such content. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this after this presentation, maybe during coffee breaks. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to exploring how JAMCO can support your broadcasting efforts in Japan. Thank you very much.
He's currently controller of radio and podcasting at the Australian Film Festival, Film Television, and Radio School AFTRS. Natalie has over 20 years of experience in media leadership, including as Deputy Chair of the Community Media Training Organization, CMTO. She was previously on the board of Community Broadcasting Association of Australia, CBAA, the head of radio at AFTRS, and the head teacher of social media, radio, and journalism at TAFE-NSW. She will now be speaking about content consideration for sustainable broadcasting. Please welcome Mrs. Natalie Posner to the stage.
I will present to you 3 content ideas that you might consider for your station, your radio station. As mentioned, I'm the convener of the radio and broadcasting at the Australian Film Television Radio School. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak at your conference. A little bit about AFTRS. So we are a national school set up by the Australian Federal Government just over 50 years ago. And the entire purpose of the school is to educate future filmmakers, television makers and radio presenters, and to really foster Australian storytelling styles. So for me it's a very exciting thing to be a part of and a very good way to spend my work. That's not good. Let me refer back to my slides that are on my phone instead. I'm sorry. The slides have text. So my first idea for you is focus on better understanding your community. For me, this is one of the most important things as we go into this area of media change, media fragmentation, social media, AI, all of those sorts of things. Audiences have so much choice. Okay? They have choice, they can get content anywhere. They can look at YouTube, they can look at TikTok, they can look at social media, everywhere. They have no shortage of content. But you need to give them content that they can't get anywhere else. So really understanding who is in your community, who is listening to your station already and who is not listening at your station. You know, we talked a little bit earlier in one of the presentations about including women and young people in your station. So understand who they are, understand what media they want and need from your station. And to me, this is one of the most important things that community radio stations can do in this moment. So understand your audience and give them content that they can't get anywhere else. Thank you. Have, you know, your communities can access media from everywhere in the world. They can access news from everywhere. But what they can't access is what it means to them in their local place and what it means for them in their local community. So my idea for you is to consider, do we need to make explainer content? So what does climate change mean for this community? What does gender-based violence issues, what does that mean for our community? So creating content that explains the big global issues, but for your community. The third option is about audio on demand. We're all being asked as community radio stations to make our content available in more ways than ever before. You know, so we have our radio broadcast, but we also want to add a live stream. We might do some Facebook Lives, we might include some social media. So for me, audiences are fragmenting and they want to be able to access your station from everywhere that they are and from every platform that they're already using. So, to me, paying attention to what your station logo is, what your station IDs are and your metadata, tell your audience how they can find you, all the different ways that they can find you. Tell them a lot of different ways. Put this information on your website. When you say your station ID, tell them you can also find me on Facebook. You can also find this station on the live stream. So all the time that you're talking about your station, tell your audience all of the different ways that they can find you. And hopefully some of these suggestions are helpful for your station. Hopefully take what you learn. You know your community better than anyone else. So these are just suggestions based on looking at global data, looking at global trends, looking at Australian trends and what works in those areas, and hopefully out of those three things, there's something very useful for you to take back to your station. And perhaps we can share the slides later so that you have the text in there as well. Thank you so much for having me. I wish you all the best for the rest of it.
Strengthened and resilient in the days to come. Next, let me invite you, Mrs. Olya Buyer, Head of Radio for the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union, ABU. Mrs. Olya Buyer is Head of Radio of the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union, an association of broadcasting and associated industry bodies reaching more than half the world's population. Based at the ABU's headquarters in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Mrs. Olya Buyer is responsible for setting the strategic direction for the radio, as well as help drive an expansion of services to the ABU's more than 250 members organization across the region. Born in Ukraine and educated in Canada, she has worked with the Special Broadcasting Services, SBS, in Australia, then as a Deputy Director of Australia's Classification Board, and as a General Manager in Australian Communication and Media Authority. She is a past President of the Global International Association for Women in Radio and Television, and is on the board for the World Summit on Media for Children Foundation, the International Radio and Television Union, and Australia's National Association for Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect. Mrs. Buyar will discuss on the state of radio in the Asia Pacific, with special focus on local and community radios. Please give her a warm welcome to the stage.
I'm not going to have any slides. I'm just going to talk to you about what I experience with our members and what I see affecting the radio industry and what the opportunities are. Because for radio, the interesting thing is that the challenges that other radio industries have, like public service radio and commercial radio, are actually the opportunities that local radio has to thrive. So first, let me say thank you very much to Arjun for inviting me. We have such a good relationship now with Akarab. I've been in this job for 8 years, and every single year we've had something that we've done together. We've been at each other's conferences, we've shared a lot of the information. So I feel like I know many of you well. As I look around the room, it's not the first time that I'm seeing my colleagues. So welcome, and dear international colleagues, as well as my police colleagues, thank you for inviting me. And please accept my best wishes on your General Assembly. What a great event you're having, and I'm so glad to see the forward planning that has gone into this very exciting industry at a time when things are sort of going forward in leaps and bounds. So are you. So, community radio is a very vital part of what we nowadays call the broadcasting ecosystem. And that term suggests a living, changing, adaptive system essential to the health and well-being of societies and communities. In my years as head of radio at ABU, we've developed a very strong and positive relation with Akarab and our other members from the community radio sector. We share resources, we welcome your participation in our events, we go out to your events, and we also share knowledge with each other from a regional perspective, and for me, sometimes where appropriate, from a global viewpoint gathered from our colleagues around the world, which is what I'd like to do today. So, I'm speaking on the state of radio in Asia Pacific, but with a special focus on local and community radio. But the issues and challenges that community radio faces are not really that different to those that the whole radio industry faces. The issues such as finances, technology, finding and training skilled people, competition for audience's attention, navigating the demands and pressures of governments, regulators, advertisers, sponsors. All radio colleagues are involved in this. But probably the biggest single challenge we all face is change in everything. We, as we heard earlier, we lost our innocence during COVID, but we have also rebuilt structures in media environment that is now radically altered, especially in terms of trust and fighting fakery. We at the ABC see this across the whole range of our members, from tiny Pacific islands to some of the world's biggest and most dynamic networks in countries like Turkey, India, Japan, Korea, and China. Radio throughout the world is struggling with change and to retain relevance. And the Asia Pacific region is no different. New platforms and social media have made huge inroads into our traditional audiences. But radio has adapted, evolved, and continues to thrive. Today's broadcasters have to be super agile, responsive to changing audiences' needs, behaviors, always thinking forward on technological developments, all of those things, but also remaining trustworthy and service-oriented. And this is where community radio has a great advantage in being local, understanding and reflecting their audiences, providing information and entertainment to their communities, schools, public events, wherever your communities are. and to show that they care. This is what builds trust and keeps audience with you. And this is also what many of our broadcasters are missing. We're all in all the biggest conferences between Asia and Europe talking about how do we reach audiences, how do we bring the young people with us. You don't have that problem because you are there where the audiences are, so it's a big plus. While the radio of my youth, not that long ago, and my parents' generation, very long ago, is probably well and truly dead. But the radio that we now know and love in its many forms and on every platform, including platforms
last year
we cannot yet
imagine,
is and will be absolutely thrive. People love human qualities, only another voice. The growth of podcasting has proven that long-form audio has a bright future. And our ability to throw schedules out the window means that we will continue to better connect with listeners who want us, where and when it suits them. Ironically, but probably not surprisingly for people working in community radio, several modern developments in recent crises have actually strengthened your sector. One is the development of digital technology. We have for so many years across the board looked at technology as a huge threat. But where once radio was an expensive field to enter, the premium of special equipment and mastheads, everything else, digitalization and production has brought down capital costs. Digital tools and apps that you have on your phone for producing and streaming content has made media more accessible to you and to your audience. So, and it's available for everyone, community broadcasters and your audiences. You can now do most of your work on your phone where you could not do that before. So we made this great leap across and landed on something that's actually quite great. In distribution, digital radio has created more radio spectrum, though I am aware that in many countries it is still very early days of a contentious issue, as we heard earlier, on how the new spectrum is divided. Community radio stations especially are having to fight for a fair allocation, as you always have. And this is a very important thing. You must keep fighting for a fair allocation on the FM spectrum, on the digital spectrum, and everything else that comes next. So from very small geographically isolated indigenous listeners in outback Australia to massive audiences in countries like India, research has shown that radio, especially community radio, has really come into its own in recent years. And I'm just going to give you two very, very small examples. In outback Australia, community radio was critical to amplifying local concerns about global issues such as health and climate change. As you know, other media only arrive when there is a disaster. But a local radio station is a source of ongoing connection to information, education, ideas, and conversation. Another example, at the height of the first COVID wave in 2020, researchers at the University of Hyderabad looked at the success of small hyper-local media, community stations, typically reaching audiences within about 15 to 20 kilometers, broadcasting locally relevant content in local languages. And they identified 4 key characteristics that defined their success. The first was their proximity to the community, nurtured over many years. Second was that community radio programs are produced in partnership with your community. So you're not talking down to your community, you are talking with your community. Third, the content of community radio is contextualized locally, sharing relevant experiences and information that large-scale centralized media cannot. And lastly, the programming in community radios is mostly done in local languages, dialects, and accents. Again, things that big media cannot deliver. This is your strength. You must use it well. Like no other media, community radio can reach into people's homes, workspaces, from studios around the corner or down the road. It can transform people and communities by reflecting the key issues in the life of their communities. It gives voice to the voiceless, and it brings skills and opportunities to all, from the big cities to the smallest and most disadvantaged communities. So, congratulations on your work. You have a bright future ahead of us, and may your work long continue. Thank you.
अङ्ग्रेजी केही नेपाली यो स्लाइड चाहिँ अब सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी छ, यो बुझिन्छ पिक्चर राखेको छु होइन। यसमा तपाईँलाई बुझ्ने गरी सरल भाषामा नेपालीमा पनि म भन्छु। माई स्पिच इज नट स्पिच, सो इट्स स्टोरी टेलिङ। So being a Nepalese broadcaster, I'm just sharing my experience and what I got to know about Nepalese ethnic broadcasting in Australia. So this topic I have been given is very huge, big. So I have, we have CPWA CEO John Bissett to share more in depth later during this conference. So, but I just touched about Nepalese broadcasting in Australia. So Nepali कार्यक्रम कसरी सुरु भयो र कस्तो किसिमले चाहिँ कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन भइरहेछ भन्ने कुरा नै म चाहिँ यो एउटा कथा वाचन जस्तो रूपमा नै यहाँलाई केही कुराहरू साझा गरेको छु। So first Nepali program was broadcasted on Skid Road FM using Himalayan Radio नामले 2003 मा सुरु गरिएको हो। उहाँ चाहिँ स्वर्गीय टिका कार्की हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँ स्वर्गीयवास भइसक्नु भएको छ। उहाँ he didn't have any broadcasting experience prior to starting Nepalese radio in Australia. So उहाँले आफैले जसरी बोल्न सकिन्छ जे जसो, so he started somehow, but it couldn't continue until 2006. So 2006, after 2006, a lot of Nepalese broadcasters who have experience in Nepal and they migrated to Australia. 2006 मा चाहिँ धेरै साथीहरू यहाँबाट अस्ट्रेलिया जानुभयो र उहाँलाई जोइन गर्नुभयो र 2006 after 2006 they started continuing. So this is the print media, Nepali Times, and the team from Himalayan Radio. So they were also part of this print media, print. So the reason why I wanted to bring this print because this was a milestone. So because यो print media like magazine मा चाहिँ advertisement आउँथ्यो र उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ आर्थिक रूपमा चाहिँ सहयोग गरिरहेको थियो र they used to get advertisement in this paper magazine, printed magazine, and that's how it was supported to do radio broadcasting. So SBS, as friends from Australia, they know SBS. SBS was एउटा सरकारी अनुदान प्राप्त गरेको एकदमै राम्रो सम्पन्न सञ्चार गृह हो जसले चाहिँ they promote multilingual radio media in Australia, and he got job at SBS Nepali program. So the same group from Skid Road, they started program on Nosor FM, where later on I also did a Nepali radio program. But the difference between this program and my program was they had to pay 3,500 for 2 years. So Consulate New South Wales Consulate General, he agreed to pay this amount, which is huge amount. So using Tulu Rakamo, but they could not continue and then they stopped. So in 2006, from 2006 to 2011, radio broadcasters, journalists, they enter in Australia. I cannot see the number. I think 116. So almost 116. एक सय को हाराहरूमा 150 चाहिँ उहाँहरू नेपालबाट अस्ट्रेलिया चाहिँ जानुभयो पढ्नको लागि अथवा विभिन्न उद्देश्यले चाहिँ they moved to Australia, and they were desperately looking for the opportunity platform to continue their passion doing radio broadcasting. र उहाँहरूले यस्तै खोज्दै जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ कसैले चाहिँ उहाँहरूले त्यो अपर्च्युनिटी पाउनुभयो र यो दुईवटा स्टेसनमा चाहिँ त्यहाँ उहाँहरूले सुरु गर्नुभयो मेलबर्न को एफएम र क्विन्सल्यान्ड ब्रिस्बेनको एफएममा चाहिँ they still continuing doing radio Melbourne and Queensland. So this is me. So and I started radio when guys from Himalayan radio team, they could not continue because of course it was very expensive, 3,500, and then they stopped doing radio, and after 2008 and I started. 2008 देखि चाहिँ मैले सुरु गरेँ नेपाली भाषाको कार्यक्रम मन त मेरो नेपाली हो भन्ने कार्यक्रम मैले सुरु गरेँ र 2014 सम्म चाहिँ 14 सम्म मैले सुरु गरेँ. After 2014 I moved to Canberra, and then still I was providing the audio from audio file from Canberra, and they were still continuing my show until 2015, but after 2015 I could not continue due to my other commitment. I was studying nursing or other family commitment. मेरो आफ्नै व्यवहारिक कुराहरूले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले त्यो ठुलो भार बोक्न सकिनँ, दुईवटा प्रोग्राम चाहिँ गर्न सकेन. After that I stopped sending file to Northwood Radio in Sydney. This is the banner of a radio program. It's very patriotic. It's a Manta Mero Nepali ho. That means my soul is still Nepali. It's like a line of song, but I just picked up that line from. It's very popular song, and then I picked up that line. So what to name the program, and then I randomly picked up these patriotic things. Manta Mero Nepali ho. So this is the banner of that radio program. So, and then after that, as I mentioned before, that I moved to Canberra in 2014. And then, so I sent an email to CMS Radio at Canberra, and then they linked me with that organization, one of the oldest organization in Canberra, Australia Nepal Friendship Society, radio le malai sampark garनुभयो र उहाँहरुको चाहिँ पोलिसी के छ भनेदेखि एउटा सपोर्टिभ अर्गनाइजेसन ब्याकअप हुनुपर्ने भएको हुनाले चाहिँ यो अर्गनाइजेसन अहिले पनि स्टिल दे आर सपोर्टिभ अर्गनाइजेसन अफ द रेडियो प्रोग्राम आई डु एट CMS Radio in Canberra. So the other radio program I would like to bring forward here. In June 2018, it's in Darwin, Multicultural Northern Territory. They started doing a radio program in Darwin 2018, but due to the COVID, and they stopped in 2020, and then they recommenced in 2021 in March. So this program is in Hobart, Tasmania. To Tasmania means Alberta state. The lady at the back, so she used to live in Canberra. And then the other day when I was preparing my slide and I checked the date, and then we had conversation, and she sent me a message that, hey brother, I would like to do radio in Hobart. What is the structure and how we go? And then I supported them. I shared the ideas and how this CBL and brand it works, what is the requirement, and then they approached to the station, and then they started still doing radio. So the पछाडी बस्ने दिदीले चाहिँ मलाई सम्पर्क गर्नुभयो. By profession she is an IT engineer, and then she wanted to do radio, and then उहाँलाई मैले सबै आफ्नो अनुभवहरू आफ्नो आइडियाहरू शेयर गर्दा चाहिँ उहाँहरूले अहिले पनि गरिरहनु भएको छ. the lady at the front, I think she's from a professional media background, and she used to work in television, Himalayan television. I think anyone here from Himalayan television might know her. Eliza Panini, उहाँ चाहिँ Himalayan television मा काम गर्नुहुन्थ्यो र अहिले पनि उहाँको समूहले होबारमा चाहिँ still they are doing Nepali show, weekly Nepali show. So this one. Okay, so this one is another. So I live in Canberra, and then the main radio station I do. I'm also the vice president of 1CMS, but this one is a small radio station in Canberra, and they approached me. I would like to do the multilingual program. Can you please support us providing some training and get people from different community? And then I said, yeah, why not? So. And a couple of people at the back, so I encouraged them. One of the ladies is a nurse, and I encouraged them and her daughter to do radio program in their language. And then there are the guy, I think I was talking about, the journalist, professional journalist, Sam. So he's also doing volunteering, and he's working in the federal government, Department of Health and Aging. And then the guy is sitting in the chair, and he's a high school student and also interested doing radio program. And then so just 2 weeks before I came to Nepal, and then we organized one training, basic training. It's not upgraded training, just orientation, and that's the picture. So अर्को एउटा सानो स्टेसन पनि छ जुन सहरमा म बस्छु, अनि त्यो सहरमा चाहिँ सहयोग गर्नलाई अनुरोध गर्नुभयो र नयाँ कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन प्रस्तुताहरूको लागि चाहिँ केही बताइदिनुहोस् भनेर चाहिँ यो त्यही यहाँ आउनुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ एउटा सानो कार्यक्रम थियो तालिमको। अनि अगाडि दुईजना चाहिँ विद्यार्थी हो, एउटा चाहिँ पत्रकार हो। उहाँ चाहिँ पत्रकारमा आर्थिक रूपमा चाहिँ लाभ नभएपछि छोडेर स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्रकै सरकारी जागिर खानुहुन्छ र भोलिन्टियर रूपमा चाहिँ रेडियो कार्यक्रम चलाउनुहुन्छ। यो त्यही बेलाको फोटो हो। So this one is okay. So another achievement. So the guy, one of my follower from social media, and he used to send messages, brother, how to start radio. So he lives in Gold Coast. And then I gave him some advice, and then I requested him to approach the community radio station in Gold Coast. And finally they got through, and then they started a radio program in July 2024. So the name is Nepali Chautari in Gold Coast. So Gold Coast मा त्यहाँबाट एकजना भाइले मलाई सम्पर्क गर्नुभयो र उहाँले पनि सल्लाह सुझाव माग्नुभयो र मैले भनेकै अनुसार चाहिँ उहाँले गर्नुभयो र उहाँहरूले चाहिँ त्यहाँका साथीहरूले गोल्ड कोस्टमा चाहिँ अहिले यहाँ रेडियोको कार्यक्रम जुलाईदेखि सुरु गर्नुभएको छ, भर्खरै 3 महिना अगाडि। त्यस्तै अर्को मेलबर्नमै this is a 3JJJ, one of the biggest community radio station in Melbourne, and so a couple of friends from Melbourne, these are all my followers from Facebook and social media, they approached me and then, hey brother, I would like to do also radio like you, can you please help us? And then I spoke with Joe's from 3JJJ, and then I think they are doing training, and they haven't started yet, but they will do radio soon in Melbourne. So it's going to be the second program, Nepali program in Melbourne if they start. So यो चाहिँ मेलबर्नमा दोस्रो रेडियो नेपाली कार्यक्रम हुन्छ। उहाँलाई चाहिँ सामाजिक सञ्जालबाटै मलाई सम्पर्क गर्नुभयो र मैले पनि उहाँहरूलाई केही आफूले जानेको कुराहरू साथै उहाँहरूले तालिम पुरा गरेर चाहिँ कार्यक्रमको तयारीमा हुनुहुन्छ। Okay, so most of our content local based, local content. So we share stories. We also have a lot of information from local government. For example, flu season, we have a flu outbreak, vaccination program, and wage slave. What is the basic pay ways required, and then outlined by government, and a lot of information and issues in local areas. So we share, and then I do interview, and then success stories which would be beneficial for newcomers, for parents, any parents' difficulties, any struggle, like interpreter, how to access interpreter, and how to approach police, and how to, if they have any legal issues, so where to get free legal services, and university students, if they are struggling to pursue their study, what are the other services, resources they can access at university. This kind of information and content they cannot get anywhere in mainstream media or elsewhere in social media platform. We try to share this type of content. So हाम्रा सामग्रीहरू चाहिँ यहाँभन्दा त्यहाँ चाहिँ अलिकति फरक छ। हामी चाहिँ अब समुदायमा नै भएका नै जानकारीहरू, सरकारले पनि अङ्ग्रेजीको जुन इन्फर्मेसन सूचनाहरू छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ तपाईँको भाषामा तपाईँको समुदायमा लैजानुहोस् भनेर भनिरहेको हुन्छ। अनि त्यसैले नै हामीले कोभिडको बेलामा त्यसलाई नेपालीमा चाहिँ उल्टा गरेर कोभिडको, त्यस्तै भ्याक्सिनेसनको, त्यस्तै चाहिँ विभिन्न सिजनहरूमा विभिन्न किसिमका आउटब्रेकहरू आउँछ, रोगहरू आउँछ, समस्याहरू आउँछ। अनि अर्को समस्या भनेको चाहिँ त्यहाँ चाहिँ वेस्ट थ्रेट हुन्छ। तपाईँलाई सरकारले चाहिँ निर्धारण गरेको पैसाभन्दा कम दियो भनेदेखि त्यसलाई वेस्ट थ्रेट भन्छ। त्यस्ता कुराहरू चाहिँ यहाँबाट जाने नयाँ मान्छेलाई थाहा हुँदैन। अनि त्यसपछि इन्टरप्रेटर हुन्छ, लोभाषी सेवा चाहिँ कसरी दिने, फ्री इन्टरप्रेटर सेवा दिनुको लागि चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ गर्ने, नियम कानुनहरू थाहा हुँदैन। अनि के कस्ता नियम कानुनहरू चाहिँ नेपालबाट जानेहरू चाहिँ थाहा पाउनु पर्ने हुनसक्छ। अनि के कस्ता चाहिँ अवधानहरू व्यवधानहरू हुनसक्छ, त्यस्ता खालको। Most of our content is video content, so I prefer, as being a filmmaker and passionate audio video content creator, I prefer to do in video, and then as really advice to guys also share everywhere. I prefer to share my content. I have TikTok, I have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so everywhere. So मैले गरेका रेडियोको कार्यक्रमहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले भिडियोमा उतार्छौँ र हामीले सोसियल मिडिया प्लेटफर्मबाट चाहिँ विभिन्न प्लेटफर्महरू सेयर गर्छौँ। अनि अब त्यसले चाहिँ अब उहाँहरूको रिच पनि बढाउँछ ग्लोबली। So I would like to share one experience. One of my content has got maximum views ever I had in my life. So 2.3 million. So it's just awareness, so public awareness of sexual scam. So and that gives me motivation to create more content in video. मैले भर्खरै एउटा भिडियो बनाएको थिएँ 2 महिना अगाडि, जुन चाहिँ 23 लाखभन्दा बढी मान्छेले चाहिँ संसारभरबाटै नेपाली भाषीहरूले चाहिँ हेर्नुभएको रहेछ। त्यसले चाहिँ मलाई थप ऊर्जा पनि दिन्छ। अहिले भर्खर बिहान मैले I was checking my email I received from Facebook Meta, and then they have paid me $50. So which is also good. चाहिँ अब रेडियोमा गरेको कार्यक्रमको कामहरूलाई भिडियोमा उतारेर फेसबुकले त्यसले चाहिँ $50 पाउने है भनेर चाहिँ मलाई बिहान चाहिँ एउटा इमेल पठाएको छ, जुन चाहिँ राम्रो पनि हो। त्यसले अब ऊर्जा पनि दिन्छ र यसलाई निरन्तरता दिनको लागि पनि थप केही सहयोग हुन्छ। सो के को लागि यो गर्छौँ त? सो यो भोलन्टरी हो होइन, यो यहाँ गर्ने र उहाँ गर्ने चाहिँ यो जति पनि हामी अस्ट्रेलियामा गर्छौँ भाषाभाषीहरूले गर्ने चाहिँ यो चाहिँ निस्वार्थ भावले गर्ने। यसबाट हामीलाई एक सुटा पनि पैसा आउँदैन। र मैले किन गर्छु त भन्दाखेरि एउटा अङ्ग्रेजी विदेशी मुलुकमा अस्ट्रेलिया सरकारले दिएको जुन एउटा सुविधा छ मल्टिकल्चरल डाइभर्सिटी, अनि त्यसपछि त्यसलाई त्यसैको उपयोग गर्दै we've been privileged to be in Australia. The government also supporting, encouraging to continue our culture, to practice our language, to do radio program, and the government also organize multicultural festival. And so there is no restriction and no barrier to suppress our language and to practice our culture. That's why. So you have I think गर्वको कुरा हो हामीहरूलाई पनि त्यहाँ बसेर नेपाली भाषाको भिडियो कार्यक्रम नेपाली मात्रै होइन कि anyone can do in their language. So हामीले गर्ने प्रोग्राममा चाहिँ हाम्रो रेडियो वाचिङमा we have 39 programs. कहिलेसम्म परिरहेको छ, कहिले भइरहेको छ, कसैले निरन्तर गर्न सक्छ, कसैले गर्न सक्दैन। तर I have been doing Nepali radio programs since 2008, and hopefully I will continue to do my Nepali radio program. And and even I will try to support the sector, Australian sector, and anything if from my level, if you guys also need any support and advice, I'm happy. So it's been great pleasure to get in touch with Akurat. And once again, thank you very much, Silvia, for providing me an opportunity to see the conference on Akurat. Namaste.
Arjun Yuni, representative of Community Radio, honored guests, friends of Community Radio. Allow me to wish you a successful completion of the 8th General Assembly of ACRA and adoption of the ACRA Strategy 2030. While I feel privileged to have the opportunity to speak before this session on enhancing the resilience of community radio in the evolving media ecosystem, I would have preferred to be with you there and listen to you and learn from your vast experiences. I have witnessed the expansion and transformative power of community radio in Nepal over the past years. I'm happy to note that the state and local governments have created and implemented laws related to community radio, and the local government is also issuing a federal law soon. If the federal law can define community radio, it will be a great achievement for you all after 25 years of efforts. Nepal has a specific media landscape, from the lowland to the towering Himalayas. The beautiful country varies culturally, linguistically, and ethnically. This diversity requires a medium able to overcome all barriers to reach every corner of Nepal, making sure that every voice is heard and every community represented, even if no other media reaches. In my views, Community Radio Nepal fulfilled its role. I admire it. For most Nepalese, the community radio means more than an entertainment radio. Rather, it is a trusted companion in a daily life.
यी रेडियोका तमाम समस्याहरूका बीचमा हाम्रा समस्याहरू समाधान गर्नका लागि र हामी देशैभरि सञ्चारको उज्यालो छर्न चम्किएका हामी रेडियोहरूलाई अझ स्थापित गर्नका लागि प्रतिबद्धता आउनुहुनेछ भन्ने पूर्ण विश्वास पनि गरेको छु र सँगसँगै हाम्रो निमन्त्रणालाई स्वीकार गरी यहाँसम्म आइपुग्नु भएकोमा उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण अतिथि मित्रहरूलाई र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय अतिथि मित्रहरूलाई पनि हृदयदेखि नै पुनः एकपटक स्वागत गर्दै म आफ्नो स्वागत मन्तव्य टुङ्ग्याउँछु। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद वरिष्ठ उपाध्यक्षज्यूलाई। म अब हाम्रो कार्यक्रममा शुभकामना मन्तव्यको क्रमलाई अगाडि बढाउँछु। शुभकामना मन्तव्य व्यक्त गरिदिनु हुनको लागि वामका अध्यक्ष कुमार भट्टराईज्यूलाई म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु।
पहिलाका अध्यक्षज्यूहरूले एउटा राजनैतिक मुभमेन्टमा काम गर्नुभएको थियो। त्यतिखेरको रेडियोको आवश्यकता देशको राजनीतिक स्थिरता परिवर्तनका लागि थियो भने अहिले बिस्तारै रेडियोको आवश्यकता फरक क्षेत्रमा मुभ भइरहेको छ। अहिले हामीले देशमा मानव विकास सूचाङ्कमा रेडियोले काम गर्नुपर्ने एउटा देखिएको छ भने अर्को चाहिँ विपद लगायतको बेलामा काम गर्नुपर्ने देखिएको छ। त्यसबाहेक भनेको त्यतिखेरको रेडियोको आवश्यकता, रेडियोको त्यतिखेरको प्रभावलाई अहिलेका नयाँ मिडियाहरूको प्रभावले जुन असर गरिरहेको छ, तर विपद लगायतको बेलामा ती नयाँ मिडियाहरूले समाजलाई त्यो आवश्यक उत्तरदायित्व निभाउन नसक्ने परिस्थिति छ। भनेपछि डेभलपमेन्टको एउटा प्याटर्नमा चाहिँ मिडिया विकासको प्रेसदेखि रेडियो हुँदै अहिले नयाँ मिडियासम्म आउँदाखेरि रेडियोको चाहिँ मानवको विकास सूचाङ्कमा क्वालिटेटिभ लाइफमा को कन्टेन्टमा विपद लगायतको अवस्थामा भनेको जस्तो महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका झन् रेडियोको केही बढेको चाहिँ छ। तर सङ्ख्यात्मक हिसाबले धेरै रेडियो भएको नयाँ प्रविधिहरू चाहिँ अलिकति सरकारले चाहिँ रेगुलेसन नगरेको मूलधारमा समाजमा जुन गाइडलाइन दिनुपर्ने मिडियाको मूल मर्म हो त्यो मर्मभन्दा बाहिर नयाँ मिडियाहरूलाई काम गर्न सरकारले स्वतन्त्र छोडेको कारणले गर्दा रेडियो केही अहिले अलिकति सङ्कटमा हो कि भन्ने लाग्न सक्छ। तर वास्तविक रूपमा रेडियोको महत्त्व भनेको हिजोको भन्दा बढ्दै रहेको छ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यो विगतमा जति रेडियोहरूले समस्या भएको थियो, एउटा चाहिँ कार्यक्रममा चाहिँ एक प्रकारले केही काम गरिरहेको थियो, नीति निर्माण लगायत रेडियोको सशक्तिकरणका लागि बालले चाहिँ नीति निर्माण लगायतमा काम गरिरहेको थियो। हिजोको त्यो परिप्रेक्ष्य थियो भने अहिले चाहिँ नयाँ मिडियाको आगमन र रेडियोको दायित्व झन् बढेको र मानव समाजमा मूलधारमा समाजलाई एउटा मर्यादित हिसाबले गाइडलाइन दिनका लागि रेडियो अलिक महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका बोक्ने भएको हुनाले मलाई के लाग्छ भने यो अहिलेको नेतृत्व चाहिँ नयाँ पुस्ताको नेतृत्व नै आवश्यक हो छ। र अर्जुनजीले बिचमा दुःखद अवस्थामा मेरो स्वर्गीय अध्यक्ष मभन्दा अगाडिको अध्यक्ष कोरोनाको कारण चाहिँ बित्नु भयो। त्यस पछाडि मैले कार्यवाहकको जिम्मेवारी लिनुपर्छ र यो विगत 2 वर्षदेखि अध्यक्ष हुँदा अर्जुनजीसँग धेरै काम गर्ने अवसर पाएँ। अर्जुनजी एकदम शालीन व्यक्तित्व, जस्तो सुकै विषम परिस्थितिलाई पनि ट्याकल गर्न सक्ने, सबैसँग मिल्ने मृदुभाषी व्यक्ति र उहाँ र म सँगै मिलेर कति रेडियोहरू खारेज भइसकेका रेडियोहरूलाई समेत कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ, जरिमानाहरू क्युमुलेटिभ भएर त्यो जम्मा भएर जोडिएका जरिमानाहरू कसरी मिला गर्न सकिन्छ लगायत सङ्गीत रोयल्टी लगायत विभिन्न कुराहरूले रेडियोलाई जसरी गाजेको थियो। इभन विद्युतको महसुलका विषयमा हामी अहिले पनि एक कुरा चाहिँ अलिकति थोरै गऱ्यो, बाँड्ने पनि गर्ने क्रममै छ भने चाहिँ अर्जुनजी र मेरो सहकार्यमा धेरै कुराहरू चाहिँ भएका थिए। ती कुराहरू कन्टिन्यू गर्न पनि तपाईँहरूले रेडियोको हकितका लागि के गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने हिसाबले सक्नुहुन्छ। अपकमिङ यो अधिवेशनमा चाहिँ तपाईँहरू सक्नुहुन्छ, सर्वसम्मत गर्नुहोस्। सक्नुहुन्न, रेडियो सङ्कटमा छ, त्यसलाई जोगाउन बुझेको मान्छे र मेहनत गरेर काम गरिरहेको मान्छेहरूलाई चिन्नुहोस्, नेतृत्व विकास गर्नुहोस्। यहाँहरूको यो कार्यक्रम दिदीले कार्यक्रम सफल होस्। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद बानका अध्यक्षज्यूलाई। त्यसै गरी आफ्नो शुभकामना मन्तव्य राखिदिनु हुनको लागि सञ्चारिका समूहको अध्यक्ष विमला तुङखेवाज्यूलाई म अनुरोध गर्दछु।
धन्यवाद। 18औं साधारण सभा र 8औं अधिवेशनको सन्दर्भमा आयोजित कार्यक्रमका अध्यक्षज्यू, विभिन्न मिडिया सम्बद्ध संस्थाका अध्यक्षज्यूहरू, विदेशबाट पनि पाल्नुभएको छ अतिथिज्यूहरू र देशभरबाट पाल्नुभएको सामुदायिक रेडियोसँग आबद्ध पत्रकारज्यूहरू, यहाँहरू सबैमा नमस्कार छ। धेरै कुरा छैन, एउटा दुईवटा कुरा। जस्तो रेडियोले पत्रकार महिला उत्पादन गर्नको लागि विगत 1.5 दशक यताको तपाईँ सिनारीलाई हेर्नुहुन्छ भने महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका निर्वाह गर्दै आएको छ र यसमा कहीँ न कहीँ सञ्चारिका समूह खुसी व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छ। तर पछिल्लो समयमा जुन प्रकारको समग्र सञ्चार माध्यम नै हामी एउटा अप्ठ्यारो परिस्थितिबाट अगाडि बढिरहेको छौँ, यो अवस्थामा कसरी हामी टिकिरहने, खास गरी पुरुष पत्रकारभन्दा पनि महिला पत्रकारको चाहिँ नि विभिन्न किसिमको आफ्नै विशिष्ट समस्याहरू भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि उहाँहरू मिडियाबाट पलायन हुने अवस्था अत्यन्तै छ र यो अवस्थामा पनि खास गरी स्थानीय तहसम्म डाइरेक्टली गएर एउटा कनेक्ट गर्न सक्ने र यसको लागि चाहिँ त्यस्तो यो पर्दैन, धेरै पढे लेखेको पनि पढेन, त्यो श्रोतासम्म पुग्नको लागि चाहिँ नि यो मिडियाको यो रेडियोको माध्यम अत्यन्तै महत्त्वपूर्ण रहेको र धेरै पत्रकार महिला साथीहरू आबद्ध हुनुभएको परिस्थिति हो र अब जे जस्तै परिस्थिति रहे तापनि यो बिचबाट हामी गुज्रिरहेको छौँ, सञ्चारिका समूह पनि गुज्रि नै रहेको छ मैले भन्न चाहेँ। आउने दिनहरूमा कसरी यो समस्यालाई हामीहरू सँगै मिलेर चाहिँ सम्बोधन गर्न सक्छौँ भन्ने कुरा पनि यहाँहरूको अब यत्रो ठुलो अधिवेशन हुँदैछ, अधिवेशन पछाडि पक्कै पनि यहाँहरू कसरी जाने भन्ने यहाँहरूको चाहिँ आन्तरिक एजेन्डाहरू पनि होला। त्यसमा सञ्चारिका समूहले चाहिँ नि विशेष गरेर पत्रकार महिलाको क्षमता अभिवृद्धि र सङ्ख्यात्मक वृद्धि र साथसाथै अहिले चाहिँ हामी निर्णायक तहमा महिला पत्रकारको उपस्थिति भन्ने कुरालाई पनि हामीले साथै लिएर आएका छौँ। कसरी यो 2-3वटा बुदा सँगसँगै काम गर्न सकिन्छ यो कुरासँग यो विषयप्रति पनि हामी यो अधिवेशनपछि हामी चाहिँ बसेर छलफल गर्न सक्नेछौँ भन्ने कुरालाई राख्दै र समग्रमा यहाँहरू सबैलाई फेरि पनि शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्दै म बिदा हुन चाहे। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। यसै गरी शुभकामना मन्तव्य व्यक्त गरिदिनु हुनको लागि समाजवादी पत्रकार समाजका अध्यक्ष विश्वमणि सुवेदीज्यूलाई म अनुरोध गर्दछु।